The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Good evening, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but my internet is all kinds of wibbly and wobbly. Are we all there, or are we working here? Am I clear? Welcome to the A Show, and hello to everybody joining us. Yeah, I'm having some internet issues, so I apologize. Please let me know. Yeah, I know AOL dial-up. Yes, Allie. So if you are, that's what I feel like I'm dealing with. I'm unhooking and checking, and so if you are having issues, let me know. But I'm not sure there's anything else I can do about it right now. Tonight we are expecting the amazingly talented and beautiful artist of dark fantasy art, Deanna DeVoli, on to join us shortly. So in case you are unfamiliar with her, you should be. But she is a freelance fantasy artist based in Tampa Bay, Florida, who's been an artist since she was 14 years old. Imagine knowing that you wanted to do what you are getting paid to do since you were that young. Deanna grew up in ski country outside of Buffalo, New York, and is mainly inspired by nature and the wandering spirits living amongst her. Gotta love that. Yeah. Along with gothic themes, emotions, music, mysticism, and spirituality. Seems like she fits right in here, right?
Oh, yeah.
She creates enchanting artwork using graphite, watercolor, pens, and Copic markers. See right here. Her work is sold worldwide and licensed by multiple companies. Deanna showcases her art at events like Bay Area Renaissance Festival, Sarasota Medieval Fair, Tampa Bay Comic Con, and Dragon Con. So if you are at any of those places, you can go check her out in person, and she's got an amazing booth. She's dedicated to creating beautifully dark art for life, hoping to inspire and enchant others. If you're not able to catch her and you're watching the replay, you can explore her world at deannadevoli.com. That's DEANNA, as in Victor, OLI.com. And one of the things we're excited to talk about, hopefully she can actually hear me when she comes on, is that she just did a Kickstarter campaign. So that should be fun to talk about. So we will bring her on very, very, very shortly. Wanted to say hi to everybody. Can you hear me? So I'm seeing freezing, blurry. Eva's clear. Yeah, I'm on Spectrum. Eva's not. So the irony is that I called Spectrum yesterday to ask about a renewal of my plan. And when I didn't decide to go to a higher plan, it seems like my internet is now weird. So.
Go figure.
Oh, okay. Right. So yeah, I'm seeing that I'm blurry, I'm glitchy. So I guess Eva might be doing the majority of the show. So anyway, I wanted to say hi to everybody in case, my internet ditches. Hello, Ricardo. Michael, hi. Alex, hello. Who else have we got in here? We have Allie. We have Winona. Hey. And I appreciate all of you coming in and everyone coming in. But yeah, the Spectrum is dropping things. So let's bring Deanna on so that maybe her internet works better than mine. So
yeah, she looks clear in the background there.
That's great. And I see Jamie. Hi, what's up? And if you're lurking in the background, we would love for you to sign in and join our chat too. So
please do.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi. Welcome.
Hello.
So hopefully we did an intro for you. So hopefully, we're introducing you to people who may not be familiar with you. You have a beautiful background.
I know.
Thank you. As an artist, we always have portable walls. So it was just like this easy, 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to put up some of my walls that I already have.
That's phenomenal.
Nice.
As I was thinking, so I put some of your stuff up. I have this one here. We did this one here.
Thank you.
So
it's a little blurry, but yeah.
Yeah, I know my stuff's all blurry right now, but can you guys see this? This is one of the tiles that I got from her at the Renaissance Fair recently.
So much of your stuff, Deanna.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are spoiling me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So thank
you deserve to be spoiled.
Yes, thank you for joining us. I don't know how much you'll be able to hear or not hear, but I wanted to know how your Kickstarter went.
So my Kickstarter is still live right now until Thursday morning at like 9 in the morning is when it's done. It's
Okay.
doing, I'm totally transparent, honest person. It's doing okay, but I don't really know if I'm going to make that funding goal. I'm at 60% right now. So I have still quite a ways to go. However, I am working with a publisher and, we're going to talk about a plan B, like maybe relaunching Kickstarter and learning from our mistakes if that happens. My husband has this wonderful saying. He always says, fail forward. And so if for some reason this fails, whatever that word even means, just learn from it and move on, and do better or do something, try something new or different. So if that's what happens, it happens. Of course, I would like this to make it. I've put in, months of time and effort. And so it was my publisher who is amazing, the Four Horsemen Publications. So of course I would like it to happen, but sometimes things just don't. And I do think the hurricanes, because I'm primarily in the Florida area like you all, I do think the hurricanes impacted a lot of people. And I'm kind of seeing that now too, which makes sense. I mean, people need a home and they're like living in campers or with a tarp on their roof because they, you know what I mean? So those things happen that I know affected, and I get it. It's just life comes in the way sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, everyone's dealing with, actually, it's probably more than Florida too, because a lot of people are dealing with extreme weather and trying to put a roof over their head. So, I know you did a campaign that's an all or nothing, right?
Yes.
So if it doesn't hit the dedicated amount, you get nothing for all the work you've done.
Correct. So all the people the way Kickstarter works is you're basically pledging an amount because you want to see this product come to life. Mm-hmm. And if the goal that we set, if it's reached, then whatever tier you backed, you'll get that product or products, bonuses, whatever. If it doesn't reach that amount, nothing happens. Your credit card's not charged, so it's really, nobody's really at a loss except me in a way, as if it doesn't really reach that goal. But I mean, again, the point of Kickstarter is to kind of just help. It's like people putting the money up front for something that they believe in with me, that they want to see come to life, and helping give me that money to make it happen, as opposed to me having to put the money all up front myself to make it happen.
Is there a link? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Do you want to talk about it and tell us about it and tell us your link and everything?
Yeah, sure. I mean, is it good to can I post the link in the comment section?
Yeah, definitely.
That might just, I'm just going to do that because reading it out would be like a very long, here we go. We'll just go like that. There's my Kickstarter right there. I have several different tiers on there. There's even like a quote unquote tip jar. So if, the book's even out of people's budgets, they can leave just like $5 or something, and their book would still get added, or excuse me, their name would still get added into the book as a supporter. So they get a little kickback, just by their name being printed in an art book, which is pretty cool. But the book is a collector's book, so it's going to be more special than if you just did like a standard book. It has nicer, thicker pages. It will have purple foil gilding around the edges. I kind of made here. I'm gonna show this too. Oh, you put that up too, so you're good. Mm-hmm. You know how to share and do that.
So we're at 6,000 of, where are we?
10,000.
10. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Well,
and my publisher is the money person, not like they know like the cost and everything, so they definitely know what they needed and what happened. They're not me. I'm not the money person. I'm an artist, so I let them do the math. But I've even made like a sample kind of the book. This is just the cover. The interior. It's just wrapped around an existing book I already have. But just to give you an idea, like this is pretty much the size. It might be a touch shorter, but it's going to be about 8.5 by 11 inches, which this is. This is 140 pages. Wow. Mine will be 240 pages. So it'll
Oh my
be a
gosh.
much bigger book than this. But yeah, I designed the cover with my artwork. This will be purple foiling too. The spine here we got the back. So I know I got a little bit of a glare there.
No, I can see it.
No,
It looks great.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just did this all digitally. It's my traditional art, but then worked in Photoshop to make the cover. So, and back and everything.
Yeah,
So
I
it's,
love your art. It's beautiful. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eva.
No, go ahead. You're lagging, so it's hard for me to tell you talking.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to do sign language. Like, I love your art.
We're just gonna go like this the whole time.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Eva.
Oh,
You
she's
take
on.
over.
No, I was just going to say that, so this is a book and compilation of all your artwork?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have artwork that I did many years ago, like in college and stuff. I don't have that artwork. I would say it's artwork from like the last 15 years. Yeah, that's primarily what it is. And it's not just like a portfolio book where it's like you see just the art. It has the artwork, some like detailed shots of the artwork, meaning like close-up snippets and areas. And on many of them, I have like descriptions written about what inspired me to make them, hidden imagery. You know, like I have a whole huge Alice in Wonderland collection because I love Alice in Wonderland. I read the books as an adult and illustrated the characters as I envisioned them. So all of them have hidden references of their characters within the artwork. And I talk about that in the book. So there's like kind of these little hidden gems on top of the art, like hidden gems within the art. So
I was just going to ask you that. So what inspires you?
Yeah, and some of it is just, again, just nature and like a gothic sensibility. I've always been drawn to that. I grew up in the country, so I was out in the woods from, you know, I'm a Gen Xer, man. I lived in the woods practically. I'm kind of feral in a way.
Oh, no, all the far.
You know, so I was out in the woods a lot, and then once I was a teenager, I was exposed to like Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles, and then you know The Crow. That movie was big, like all that gothic lore and everything just always fascinated me. So I've always felt a desire to like combine the two, and that's kind of where all this, and Victorian stuff. That's kind of like where this all comes from.
I love
The symbolism you use, does it go anywhere or anything specific?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up a little bit. I didn't hear that.
Sorry.
Oh, so she's breaking up too. It's not just me.
Yeah, it's like staticky.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought I was hearing it just because.
You're clear. Ava's clear though. I can see Ava clearer than you, but I can hear you, April, better than Ava.
Great. So between the two of us.
I think mine's my earbuds because I'm having a hard time hearing, honestly.
Okay. So I think what she was asking is the symbolism. How did you come to use so much symbolism in your art?
You know, that's a really good question. I'm not sure I can totally answer it. I mean, again, when I'm reading, like when I read Alice Adventures in Wonderland, obviously the author inspired me with things that how he wrote things. And then
a lot.
Some of them, I call them Bob Ross moments because they're just happy accidents. So it's like one thing kind of started and then it's like, ooh, I like that idea. I'm going to work with that. And then it just kind of blossoms from there. And I don't really know where that seed of inspiration always comes from. But again, obviously his writing and the stories and the characters and their interactions with each other were a huge inspiration. But yeah, I'm not sure I answered that question well.
No, you did. You did. Thank you.
I want to ask a question too. Now I have what I see on this, but I was wondering, what is your meaning behind this one?
You froze. Oh, there
it is.
Oh, so I started a series of birthstone broken dolls. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't originally intended to be birthstones. It just kind of happened that way because I was doing a lot of grayscale with like pops of color.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I always feel like there's so much beauty in the world and we are all so beautiful in our own way, but we all have these parts of us that are broken. That doesn't mean you're ugly. That doesn't mean you're not valuable or anything. It just kind of shows that no matter what you have broken, no matter how visual or maybe even not visual it is, that you're still there. You're still beautiful and part of this world. And that's kind of where that whole theme of broken dolls went. And they all kind of have their own little thing. Some of them are a little more creepy. Some of them are a little more warm. They're kind of all this like blend of, there's actually, I can't remember what it's called. Let me see if I can look it up quick. I'm drawing a blank on it, but there's these Chinese vases or pottery, I should say.
That are fixed with the gold.
Yes. And I love that. Because
I know the name, I'm blanking.
Yeah, there's a name for it. I can't think of it right now, but it accentuates the cracks and shows the beauty in the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like a nod to that also.
Mm-hmm. I did a whole thing.
All of a sudden, April's clear, by the way.
Oh, yes, you are clear. There she is.
I don't know if I'm clear or not. To me, I'm clear, but that's good. Yeah, I see that too. What I see is a girl who has broken things that she's dealing with, maybe mentally, but her cat doesn't see that. Her cat loves her no matter what, and there's always loyalty there. So,
yeah, spot on, April.
So that's why I loved it so much. I was like, I really need that one.
That's so cool. Thank you.
I like them all for all various reasons. Yeah, some look like tarot cards. Some look like just, I don't know, inspiration or wild. I love your crows. You know?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love walls with your art. I love crows and ravens. I walk every morning, and they have a tendency to follow me. I see them almost every morning. And hi, pretty bird. You know, I look up at them. They'll hang around. So I just have a thing for ravens. I've always liked them.
Well, they talk back. Great.
Yeah, the Japanese thing is called kintsugi. Kintsugai.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. I said Chinese. See, that's how bad I am. I didn't.
You were the same continent.
There you go. I was on the Eastern Hemisphere there.
So, how is it to make a living solely as an artist without needing a day job? That's got to be such a privilege and also a lot of work. Like a lot of work.
It definitely is. I mean, I did have another job simultaneously for many years up until 2021. And that job I was able to work out of the house. And that really gave me a good balance, and it allowed me to do artwork when I wasn't as busy doing that, and have the weekends that I could be at a show, because I didn't really need that job, even though I was technically on call 24/7. I didn't really get called on the weekend. So it allowed me to balance those two things. I'm sure if I just did the art full time all along, I would probably have a larger portfolio and, more shows under my belt. But it worked out well for me for a time. And then it was a job through the state. I coordinated services for people with developmental disabilities. And I loved the families and the people I worked with, that they were amazing. But it was organized by a program and the state, and they were just changing things, and the direction it was going was like just not worth it. It wasn't worth it anymore. And my husband always wanted me to do the art full time, and he really helped convince me, like, I think you just need to do your art full time. Like, you're going to be happier, and you're going to, you already have this base of it. You might as well go with it. So in 2021 is when I switched gears to do this just full time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations for that.
Yeah. Michael's asking, how long have you been creating artwork? And I know it says on your bio that you've been doing this since you were 14 years old. So
yeah.
You've always known what you wanted to do, like George Perez.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I've always loved art. Yeah, in high school, I took all the art classes I could. And my degree, when I went to college, my degree is actually in art education and art history. So I actually taught
Symbolism.
art. I taught art for a few years in a Catholic school in Sarasota when I first moved down to Florida, and then a public school for 1 year. And I still talk with some of my students, believe it or not, but I don't. I knew that like teaching long term was like not for me. I was good at it, but I was done. I'm sorry.
What about doing like little courses and stuff like that? Like where a weekend artist camp or something.
What was that?
She was suggesting you do like a weekend artist camp, like artist getaway camps, or even like online courses or things like that.
I've thought about that. It's funny though. It's like I'm used to teaching kids, so it's like I don't know if I'd be good at teaching the grown-ups.
We're kids. Version, you know?
Shoot, I would sign up for that.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
No, that's funny though. It is, and I have thought about that at times. I get busy too, and I do have my own child. She's older now; she's 13, so she's more independent. But for many years, I had the other job, and I was home, stay-at-home mom pretty much because I worked out of the house, and I was doing the art, and so time-wise, I also didn't really have the time. But she's older and super independent now, so makes life easy. She makes my life easier now.
Yeah, she's very talented. You've done you must have had the time to nurture her. She's a wonderful ice skater, and an athlete. So that takes nurturing. So
yeah,
well
thank you. And she's a good kid too, and she's a great artist. She loves doing anime art. Man, she's awesome. She's in 8th grade now. She does AP art. Now she's won awards at some cons that she's gone to where she submitted art. She's won awards in her her age group. And then she wants to be an artist when she grows up. I wonder why.
Well, you're a pretty good example.
Yeah. I wonder why she wants to do that. But yeah, she's cool. She's definitely though she's a great kid. So I'm very lucky. Very lucky.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like Michael says, talent runs in the family.
Yeah.
It sounds like your husband is very supportive too, which also is insanely helpful.
Oh my God, he's been amazing. Like, and we met actually. When I was in college, I worked at an art store in the mall, and we met in that art store. So Art even brought the two of us together, which is cool because he loves Salvador Dali. So he just came in to look at the prints, and instead of finding an art print, he found his wife, his future wife.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's like The Alchemist. You'll find your treasure if you go over there.
He found a different work of art,
So, and a couple of people are asking if, hi, Steve. Hi, everybody coming in late. Hello, Josh and everybody, Alan. And yes, Eva's mic is giving us a little static and attitude, but you got three artists on here. What do you expect? Just deal with it.
We're not tech people.
No,
yeah,
not
exactly. So here's a question for you. And I got a couple questions for you. I have questions. So you taught art. So that back in the day when there was no television, art was the thing, and how the artists used to stick symbolism in there that they were all aware of, like the random fruit baskets and an apple or a book
or an animal.
Yeah. So you're familiar with that, I'm assuming, yes?
I think so. Yeah, like the highlights magazines. Is that what you're talking about?
No, way back in the Renaissance era.
Oh, in the Renaissance era. I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought you meant when we were kids.
Oh.
Well, that too.
We're not that old.
Highlights magazines. Hell yeah.
I loved those magazines that used to find the hidden apples.
In the dentist's office, right?
And stuff.
Yes.
There
we had to keep us busy somehow.
There's been a long history of hidden art.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about, though. With I mean a little bit, obviously, but yes, I have seen that where there are hidden things, and of course, you got like more modern, not just even Renaissance. You got like MC Escher and even Salvador Dali, you know, that definitely put a lot of hidden imagery in their work as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
a lot of
but anyways,
statements
you
on
had a question to ask about that.
I do.
Sorry.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, well, what advice would you give to your younger self?
What advice? Ooh, that's a good question. I think the biggest thing, and I still need to remind myself of this, and I would probably say it to almost any artist, is don't compare your art to anybody else's.
Mm.
Because that it's one thing to be like inspired, like, oh, you see how somebody who you think is amazing, and that is like, oh my God, I want to make amazing art too, and it inspires you. That's great. But sometimes, and I get stuck in this rut still too, I'll see somebody's art who I absolutely love, and then I kind of beat myself down that mine doesn't look that way. And I don't do it all the time, but it does happen. It does happen. And so that would be, even like I said, it'd be advice to myself now, in the past, and in the future. Don't compare yourself, your art, to somebody else's.
That's actually really good advice.
I
like
like
that one.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who?
And it's not easy to do. It's one of the hardest.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So,
You know what? Even in any field, not just artists. You know?
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You shouldn't compare yourself to anybody, because I mean,
No.
that's just,
We're all
that's just
different.
a recipe of, yeah, exactly.
Some people are more feral than others.
So
Yeah.
who or what has been your biggest teacher?
Biggest teacher artistically, I would definitely have to say Larry Elmore. If you guys are not familiar with who Larry Elmore is, and some people, if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, he is one of the original D&D artists with TSR back in the day. Oh, look at, is he on your mug there?
No.
Oh, no.
When Eva's birds, Eva has birds. She
birds?
adopts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she adopts birds, and some of them get really loud. And when they start getting loud during the show, you should drink. It's a drink.
Time to drink.
I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Larry Elmore, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he I took a drawing or a painting class with him in 2009.
Oh wow.
And even though like I went to college for art, it was really art education. So I had more education classes than I did like studio classes. I had a few. I had a couple drawing, a couple painting, and then some like design type classes, but it was more education. So when I took Larry's class, it was only 1 week long, and I did it 2 different years in a row. I did 2 consecutive years in a row. I learned more from him in those 2 weeks than I have, than I had from any other artist. He is super down to earth, not pretentious, so helpful. I still talk with him. I actually talked on the phone with him last week. So about my Kickstarter. He's a great human. He's like legendary. He's just a legendary artist, and mentor wise, like he definitely, anytime I had a question about anything, even business wise, he would, he would be there for me or any artist that he knows. Like he's great. So yeah, I would say he would be my mentor. I can also actually put out another name. I'm going to say, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She does a lot of big-eyed art, super well, like world-known artist. She wrote the forward in my book too.
Yeah, she does a lot of cards, right? Doesn't she? Like not tarot cards, but the other ones,
like the art cards.
I have her stuff on my wall right here. You can't see.
Oh, okay. There you go. If you Google her, you probably recognize her. I mean, she has a pop gal. She's at the Pop Gallery in Disney. She does some licensed stuff for them. She has her own line of stuff. She's with the Hartford Gallery. She's amazing. She also
she does Oracle cards. Yes.
Oracle cards.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's doing that blurry thing. Yeah. But but you can kind of get a little glitch of it. But she's amazing too. Like again, anytime I've had a question or anything, I can ask her, and she's just so willing to be helpful to any artist. And I hope that I'm that way for other artists too, because I always get people that come in my booth and ask me questions, and I answer as long as I know the answer or can give any type of advice, I'm happy to do it. Yeah, that's her art right there. I know it's blurry, but
You know, it's
I
just
guess
technical
I have them
difficulty
already. She
today.
has Alice in Wonderland oracle
Yes.
cards that I have.
yes.
Love
And
those
she
cards.
loves Alice in Wonderland like me too. So, and she wrote the forward in my book.
That's amazing.
So
You should do
Which we need to
Oracle and
get
tarot cards.
kickstarted.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
We need to get your book funded so that we can actually read the forward in your book.
I know.
So-
That would be nice. She wrote a beautiful forward too. Like I was crying when I read it because yeah. It's just like, really? You think that of me? Oh my God.
Oh,
Is there a link on your webpage to the Kickstarter, I assume?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
right on the homepage there is. I have,
Okay.
I believe the banner, there's like a banner that comes up that should link directly. And then there's also, I believe, I gotta look. I don't remember now because I did it. Too much has happened in the past month and I don't remember. Yeah. There's right in the banner first thing, and then right below like the scrolling banner, and I have a window that pops up. So if you go to my website, you can find the Kickstarter.
which is easy.
Awesome.
It's DeannaDavav.com, DeannaDav, as in Victor, OLI.com. And we have a cool question here from Jason. Do you think Frank
Sorry about
Frazetta is the standard by which all other fantasy artists are compared, or Boris Vallejo?
I mean, they are like one of the originals. And I do think, again, like Larry Elmore, Jeff Easley, and that whole group too, I feel like they are definitely like the core fantasy artists that really inspired and propelled so many of us to create this fantasy world. Whether it's science fiction based or like woodsy fairy tale, Dungeons and Dragons type, I think all of them. But yeah, definitely Frank Frazetta would be up there on on that list, I think.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Thanks, you guys. If you have questions, please put them in the chat.
Have you thought about doing any of those things after your Kickstarter? Of work for like
I saw the tarot
games?
cards.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So she's asking if you thought about doing your own oracle cards. I think you illustrated tarot cards, right?
Yeah, I did. I illustrated not a whole tarot deck. There is there's a company called 78 Tarot that started I think over 10 years ago. And what their idea was to have a different artist per card to like illustrate each card. So I was in the original deck, which had no theme. And it's not in print anymore. It was like a collector's thing. So I was in that original deck, and then they've had, God, I think like 8 more decks maybe since. I was in their elemental deck. I was in their carnival deck. I was in their nautical themed deck. I think that was it. I think it was in those 4. And I told them, because then I told them I didn't want to be in a few more, like I had backed off then. And I was just like a backup artist, like if they had some people that dropped out or whatever, if they needed it. I just was busy with shows and I wasn't able to commit to the deadline that they had. And I didn't want to like be one of those people that like didn't provide what I said I was going to do. So yeah, but they're a great company too. They're all women owned. They started it on their own and that. So they're great too.
Could you not use the art that you've already created and to create an oracle deck of your own?
It's so funny you say that, because I was just talking to another artist friend today about Kickstarter. He's had like some amazingly successful Kickstarters. And that was one of the things he mentioned to me. He's like, do you ever want to do an oracle deck or tarot?
Yes, you do.
I know. I would do an oracle deck before a tarot deck, only because tarot, there are 80 something images you need to do that. And I need to work faster than I do, but I don't always. And so I feel like it would just take me so long to complete that. And I would get sick of it too quick. Like I would get bored with it. So I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe one day, maybe it's one of those things I'll chip away, and then after 20 years, I'll be like, oh, I made a deck. But it's not something that I would like chip out like one after another. So
I understand that. And if you ever need a writer, I might know one.
oh, okay, good. Yeah, because
I'm
writing
not talented like that, I admit.
Yeah, they're hard. You really have to. Yeah. So for everybody joining us late, and we do have some latecomers here, Deanna is doing a Kickstarter, and she is on her last 2.5 days, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let me switch over real quick and show them. Hang on a second, share screen. Let's go back to this for just a minute, because I think this is worth sharing since we have a larger crowd now.
Oh yeah.
So we're 60% of the way here, right? So we're here. We got to be here. This is an all or nothing project right here. So
Support her.
37 hours to go to get this book done. It's a hardcover. It'll be a foil. It is going to be gorgeous. And I just think it needs to be done. I think we could get it there.
As much as you can, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody kind of throws in a couple bucks, we can make it happen, I think.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
So excited.
I know. Keeping fingers and toes crossed.
Absolutely.
So it's really easy. You can find it right off her own website, deannadevoli.com. She's got a link right there for this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to help make that dream come true, she's got the dark fantasy art. It's amazing. And you can see some of it behind me. I have some here, some here. So obviously I'm a fan.
And I'm a fan of you too. I mean, you know this. So just so everybody knows how April and I met, she walked in my booth, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago at the Ren Fair. And she had this amazing Viking costume on, total badass warrior. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like going up to her like this, do you mind if I take pictures of you so I can use it for reference in a drawing one day? And you were like, oh yeah. And you, I didn't have to tell you what to do. You were like, bam, 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 bam. Did all these awesome poses.
I remember that.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those things.
I
do a collection. And then it's like, when I'm ready to do a Viking, Native American type of thing, it's like, that's where I'm going. Just
Hell
like
yeah.
I'm working on Alice in Wonderland. So, it would, however the tides shift for me creatively, but I have it and it will come to fruition one day. But yeah, you were so amazing and friendly and willing. So thank you.
No, I would love to do that. My mom was an artist, and she was so talented. And this is one of the reasons why I love artists and love backing them up as much as possible. She went to Art Institute of Philadelphia. And she did some greeting cards, she did murals, she did pen and ink, she did pencils, she did all these amazing things, and she just didn't do anything with it. She gave it up to have a 8 to 4 job working in a hospital, because she felt back on the whole, you got to have a uniform, got to have a steady job, can't go out there, a starving artist can't do it. And she just, all that school, all that time, all that talent, she just gave it all up for what she viewed as security. And she just never really, achieved her dream.
That was the time, though,
Yeah.
All of our parents, that was the time. It was like you had to work. Same with the kids. You weren't allowed to do anything for yourself that you enjoyed.
But my mom was a stay-at-home mom at first. So she didn't have to give it up. She just did eventually. Wow. So, yeah, I just, I always wished that she could have done more with it. And I love the fact that there are people out there who are, jumping and, jump and let the net appear kind of thing. So I love the fact that there are artists now that understand that, you don't have to starve. You can find ways, you can do this. It can happen.
Yeah.
So I believe that the minimalist movement was a way to make everything ugly.
Yeah. I agree.
And boring.
for like 10 years, I'm like, I'm not redecorating my house because I have too many things that are cool and special, and I can't do this minimalist shit. Like, it's not happening.
I don't like the minimal. I mean, I what do you call it? I can admire it, but it's so cold and there's no personality there. I love when I walk into somebody's house and there's like collections of things from all over, and it tells a story about who the person is. So
I need to have you over at my house one day because I got all kinds of cool collections.
I would love to.
Like, I don't collect things, but like little, like I love going to estate sales. I love treasure hunting and doing that, and so does my husband. And we'll find like this weird tool. Like,
people like that.
Oh, it was a engineering tool that did this and this, and it's like, oh my god, I need that. I don't know why, but it's something bad's going to happen.
It speaks to you.
Cherish it. Yeah.
It speaks to you.
Yeah. And
I understand that. Yes, I very much understand that.
Yeah, her house is like that. She's got the most
this whole room behind us.
Yeah. And she has an entire medicine cabinet, a tall one, full of, it's, glass medicine cabinet. Like, it's a cabinet, but it's full of old medicines and like.
You can see it now. There it is.
Yeah.
So
you can see the
there it is. That one in the
corner.
corner. It's full of like 1800s, early 1900s.
Quack medicine, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, quack medicine. Like, when they say blowing smoke up your ass, she has the thing that they use to blow the smoke up your ass.
Don't give away all my secrets.
Oh my God.
That's why I blur it though. There's so much shit behind me because there's no exactly like one thing.
Oh my God, I love it.
Winona's asking, what is your favorite subject to draw and why?
Well, I can't say there's just one specific subject matter that I like to draw, but there are a few things that I would say are fit within this bubble. Women, I like drawing women, animals, and I like most insects. I like drawing insects too, but I am afraid of spiders, so I haven't got everyone. When are you going to draw a spider? I don't know. I don't want to look at one that one does not. So that's the only one I have not drawn yet.
May I suggest the Cherokee spider?
Oh,
are you familiar with it? The Eastern Band Cherokees have a certain type of spider that is symbolistic of their origin start. So it's the grandmother spider that carried the fire. So it's a strange kind of thing, but to use that spider, it's a symbol of carrying the life and carrying the fire. So if you get a chance to look up the Cherokee spider, it's a little bit strange, but if you're into symbols, that one's interesting.
I've never.
If you ever go into spiders, and you can make something of that, maybe.
And it was called the Cherokee spider.
Yeah, the Eastern Band Cherokee Native American spider.
Is it fuzzy?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's where the tarantula thing,
I don't think so.
Any long legs in that, like that doesn't bother me. Like even when I go to the Tennessee Run Fair, there are tons of daddy long legs, and I just pluck them off my tail. Like that doesn't bother. But like a big hairy, like chunky leg thing, like Shelob from the Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, but I am no, not my jam.
Indian spider, is that what you're saying?
Native American Cherokee spider. Yeah.
Sorry,
it's
totally botched that.
Are you looking it up?
I am.
You're gonna pull it up?
Oh God.
I am. Yes.
I might walk away. If I see a picture, I'll be like, all right, I'm out.
Let's see.
Well, okay, I won't do that to you.
No, I'm just joking.
Here's an art depiction. You'll see it now. My blur's off, but
I mean that doesn't bother me. But
that's cool.
I don't know what the real one looks like.
You could do way better than that, I'm sure.
There's a lot of art depictions of it.
That is cool. I mean, I love
and we're all Googling here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I love the art depictions.
So it's usually pictured with fire.
Oh, that's
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see some awesome renditions you would do.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Especially because we're on the East Coast and there's more Cherokees on the side than out in the middle of whatever. But anyway,
yeah, I've seen it like that before. Yeah, just plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Like even just to see that and know what its reference is too. Like I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
So here's another one before we won't hold you too much, but just basically, what does success mean to you?
Well, I definitely think being happy is the most successful thing anyone can do because that really truly is a mindset. So I would say happiness would be the most successful thing because if you're happy, then everything else in your life is as it should be.
I like it.
Yeah.
How do you become happy? What's your advice on that?
Well, first of all, I can tell you I'm definitely not always happy.
Content,
I laugh
content.
a lot and everything, but I definitely have like a lot of sad times and stuff like that too. I just and I like okay, and I don't want to like get into this a lot, but it's in reference to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
My dog, sadly, we had to put down about 3 weeks ago.
I saw that.
And so he was my companion. Like it was really, I mean, and we've had dogs in the past and it's always an emotional, they're your family, it's always an emotional, very difficult thing. So I can say for like a good 2.5 weeks, I was majorly depressed, but I slowly, started getting out of that by reminding myself of good things, talking. I have such amazing friends and family, and my husband's amazing. And just the support and being able to talk about it and reminding myself of all the wonderful gifts that we have already and cherishing my time that I had with the dog. You know what I mean? Like just all those things. It's to me, it's such a mindset. It's changing, flipping that switch in your brain. And I know there are people who have more clinical, serious things that I'm not a medical person. I'm not by any means trying to help anyone in that regard. But for me, what I like to do is try and remind myself of all the things I'm grateful for that I do have. And I think just the gratitude and reminding myself of that, I'm healthy. I got a wonderful family. I have a beautiful home I live in. I get to sell my artwork. I make other people happy selling my artwork. I'm so lucky. Like that's such a good thing and such a encouraging thing to keep me going and make me happy.
It is. It's a choice that you make to look at it a certain way.
Yes.
I remember walking down Ybor City and there was a inscription in on one of the stores on the glass, and it said, "We honor the dead not with grief but with gratitude." And that has stuck with me for ages. I just, it's, you can always look at what you've lost, or you can look at what you had and be super grateful for it and grateful for that time. Yeah. So I think
I'm sure they're grateful for us.
Yeah. I think our pets choose us. They come into our life for a reason because they're, there's just all our souls matched up and they're there for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard no matter what.
Yep. No matter how much time you have with them, it's never enough. But
that's true.
Again, it's one of those things. It's like you're just grateful that you had them and you gave them a good life. And one day I'll probably get another dog, but I'm one of those people. I need like the time to grieve. It'll probably be a year, maybe 2. I can't yet.
And they will pick you anyway. It'll be at some point, poof, hey, there it is. April can attest to that one.
That's what happened to me. I said I'm not doing it again. And then a year later, somebody asked me to foster an elder dog. And then I had that elder dog. So
I think it was a year after mine too that I ended up having my next dog. Yes, same thing. And Jamie is saying that unlike your phobia of spiders, his phobia is snowbirds.
Oh, I have a really funny story to tell about snowbirds. So my husband's parents are from Italy, They are amazing humans. I love them to death. I'm so lucky. I have such wonderful in-laws. But they have like, you know, they do have still, even though they lived in America for 30 plus years, they do have still that heavy accent. And this is like, God, 15 years ago. My father-in-law, they're from Buffalo still, so they live in Buffalo. And they came down to Florida, and we went out to dinner with them. And the waitress brought the bill, and, you know, we're looking at the bill, and we saw that she charged us like an extra thing, like extra meal, whatever. And he looks at us and he goes, well, what do they think of we, snowballs? And my husband and I looked at each other, and we were like, snowballs? We're like, you mean snowbirds? And he goes, yeah, that's what I said, snowballs. And we're like, oh my God. So now every time I see snowbird, it's like, nope, they're a snowball.
Snowballs. Oh my God.
You should draw some kind of art for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's my father-in-law's. They're so great. I am very lucky. They're great people.
That's funny.
Well, good for you on that too, because, you know, coming from an Italian family, it can go either way on Italian in-laws, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're wonderful people. Like I couldn't ask for better family to be married into. So yeah,
you're lucky.
Very lucky. Yeah, I am very lucky.
You're
very,
lucky.
very lucky. Yeah.
No.
So what do you have coming up soon? Anything, or you're gonna be?
Yeah, actually, I do have the Tennessee Renaissance Festival coming up. That starts in May. It's all the weekends in May. So I drive up there. I'm there like I'm there every weekend, but I drive up the first weekend, and then I fly back home on Monday, and then I fly back on Friday. I work the weekend. I fly back on Monday, fly back on Friday.
Wow.
And then I'm there the third weekend, and then between the third and fourth weekend, I stay with a friend of mine in Atlanta, like right near Atlanta. It's about 3 hours away. So so that's May for me. I'm all over the place.
Wow, that's a lot of work, but
yeah, it is. And I do it all by myself. Like my husband's an engineer, so he can't take off of work. He'd love to go with me, but he can't. So it's a lot, but again, I would rather be doing this any day than something else. So
yeah,
you know,
working for somebody else.
And yeah, and my job too. I mean, one thing about it too that I do kind of like, I know some people, it's, you know, and when you get older, it gets harder in that, but like, I'm very grateful that like, it's because I am home sitting around a lot if I don't exercise. And I do like that it like keeps me active. It's like, oh, I got to lift all these bins. I got to set up my tent and I can pretty much do it all by myself. And I like that. I like being independent. So yeah, that helps. Sorry. I thought I turned this off and it's dinging.
Oh, that's all right. That's enough of my birds, you know.
Yeah, or my dog barking. That was probably going to happen too.
Oh, I didn't even hear your dog.
He actually went into the cage tonight. It was a shocker.
On his own? Wow. He's growing up.
Gentle encouragement. I have a corgi, and he's very loud.
Oh.
He's very. Matter of fact, I read a children's book about it, and somebody said an idea. Perhaps Deanna could illustrate April's next children's book.
Oh yeah.
So he's just so loud. So
yeah.
Is Max in the corner?
Yeah, Max is sleeping. So.
Aw, that's great when they're your like office buddies. It's great.
They are. Yeah, I never do a show without them. Hang on, let's see this.
Oh, you got pictures or video? I'd love to see.
Right there.
Oh, buddy. Look at that. I love he's just sitting on the couch with you. That's so
he
cool.
just sleeps the whole time. So
yeah.
I wish
really he's just waiting for dinner though.
Oh. Well, if reincarnation exists, I'm coming back as a beloved pet, man. I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna come back as a bird so I can shit on people. I'm kidding. Sorry. I got some making up to do there.
Oh, I love that. That's so great.
Oh my God. Peter's asking, hi Peter, what's up? Peter Vinton, who is a really amazing artist in his own right, he's asking if you've ever gotten as far north as King Richard's Fair in Massachusetts. Your work would fit right in.
No, I haven't. Would love to do more fairs up north. But I can't be gone. The reason I'm able to luckily do Tennessee is because my daughter's older now. So it's like she gets off the bus, comes home. Like, I don't need to be here. She's, very self-sufficient that way and independent. But to do some of those fairs up north, they're like 7 to 10 weekends. So I don't really have the means, just like the Bay Area Renaissance. So, it's 7 weekends. I don't have the ability to be gone that long right now. I'm hoping one day that would be more feasible. Maybe when my daughter graduates high school, she goes to college, whatever, it might be easier. But again, I want my husband with me, and I don't know at this point in time, I don't know if he would be able to work remotely that long or anything. So I want to do more up north. I just don't know. I don't know if it's feasible.
How feasible it is.
Yeah. I have tried to get into, because the Maryland Renaissance Festival has guest weekends. And so I have applied for that for about 5 years now. And I've heard it's so hard to get into. Like, there's just a really long waiting list. And, maybe they already have 10 artists. They don't want another, artist. I don't know. But I know friends of mine who applied. It took them 8 years to get in. Now they have it's an amazing Renaissance festival. And I could do, because I'd be, 2 weekends or something would be doable for me. But again, I couldn't do like the whole run of the fair.
Yeah.
What time of year is it? Do you know?
It's in the fall. So I think I don't know if it starts right before Labor Day weekend or right after Labor Day weekend, somewhere right around there, I think. And then it goes for like 9 weekends. I can actually, let me see.
9. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's I'm
going to be looking that up soon.
It goes, let me see here. Let's see if it's on their website. Sometimes they don't update. 2025. Oh, wow. It's actually August. So yeah, it's right before. It goes from August 23rd is the first day. And then the last day is October 19th.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's got to be hot as hell. That's almost as bad as ours.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It should be like October, November.
Yeah.
Peter's saying Maryland is probably the East Coast's biggest show. It is truly amazing, but yeah, very hard to get one's foot in that particular door. I'm still trying myself.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What is Peter? What do you make?
He does. Go ahead, Peter. Yeah, he does a lot of sketches, comics. What are they called? He's done all my Christmas cards every other year. So all those really cool Christmas cards I send out with all the superheroes and various renditions. Any of my fans have got my Christmas cards. That's Peter who has done them.
Oh, cool. Okay. So, I love that. That's awesome. I said Peter. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Still true. So see, he and I are competing against each other. Apparently there's a lot of artists trying to get in. So maybe, they have to limit, I don't just going back to what my husband said. It's like, just fail forward, it's so I didn't get in this time. I'll try next time. And if I never get in, then I never get in. I got all these other shows I do, It is what it is.
Well, your art's amazing.
It is. It really is. So you have 2 days left on the Kickstarter. Before we won't hold you up any further, but before you go, tell people how they can support you. She's 60% on the way. She's more than halfway. It's an all or nothing campaign. Let's make it happen. Make it happen. Got some cool prizes and rewards and stuff there too.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a collector's book. That's the thing. So this isn't going to be like a book you're going to order off of Amazon. That's like your basic book. It's going to be the bougie one. So it's going to have, the foiling. It's going to have nicer quality paper, the foiling around the edge and the writing. Again, this doesn't have the foiling because this is just like a sleeve I printed to put on. But all this will get foiled. All of this will get foiled. And it's thicker than this. So 240 plus pages. And there's forward written by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, depending on, and actually anyone who backs the book, even if it's like the tip jar, so to say, your name is written in the back as a supporter. I have some of photographs of the models. that I used for reference for a lot of my pieces. There's reasons why I made the art, inspiration, things that are nowhere on the internet, nowhere on my website. They're meant for the book. And so that's what makes the book extra special.
So it's an exclusive situation with all the good stuff. So go to deannadevoli.com and click the link there, and you can support it, and we can make this project happen for her. Okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Look forward to it.
I do too. I just realized I have this exclusive bookmark for it too that has purple foiling. This is the front. That's the back. Ooh. It's like very, I know it doesn't look thick on there, but it's like a thick bookmark. You know, like here's a piece of paper and here's, you know, so it's like a heavy duty bookmark, and it's got this gorgeous foiling on it. This is exclusive on Kickstarter too. So if people,
I want that.
Depending on the tier you back to get the book. And honestly, at this point, which I know my publisher wouldn't care if I say this, even though they don't all, no matter what tier you back, doesn't necessarily include this, I will throw this in anyway. Like this will just get included. So I'm just looking to get this thing going.
I read, so I go through bookmarks. I definitely want one. I want to buy the book too. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
everybody get on there, support her.
Yes.
If you can't find it, to go to there. Sorry.
Yeah. Deanna Devoli, DeannaDavoli. If you're watching a replay of this, she has until Thursday night, right?
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. So we've got 37 hours ish.
Yeah.
Right?
Busy everybody.
The clock is a ticking.
Yes. And again, it's an all or nothing campaign. So let's see what we can do. So
absolutely.
Thank you all so much. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for coming on. So fingers crossed.
Yes, I appreciate everything. It's been a pleasure to talk with you more and get to know you. Well, I need to just talk to you more to get to know you more too, because we talked about me a lot. But I would love, we definitely need to catch up more and stuff. So
aren't you sort of down the road? Are you in what? Palm Harbor-ish?
Yeah, I'm in Palm Harbor. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in Oldsmar.
I know. We need to like make a point to be like, let's go off to dinner. Let's do something. Like we really need to, all three of us. And have some of our own shenanigans.
That would work. Yeah. Yeah, I would be up for that.
And then have you back on after that Kickstarter makes it and see what the finished book looks like.
Yes, that would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Well, good luck, kick ass, and fail forward.
I like it. Fail forward. Go what my husband says. We're going to fail forward if it doesn't make it, but that's okay. We're going to hope for the best right now.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. Thank all the people for being here and asking the questions. I feel very loved right now, and my heart's glowing. So thank you. My beautifully dark heart is glowing. We'll say.
Purple foily kind of glowing, hopefully.
Yes, purple foiling glowing.
All right, we will talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. She's
awesome.
So you're still bubbling a little bit.
I'm hearing things crackle in my ear, so it's got to be something with my headphones.
I think it's your internet.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I don't think it's the internet. I think it's my earbuds because I'm hearing things weird in there.
Okay.
What about
wired
so
ones?
Far up. Huh?
What about wired ones?
Yeah, I have some. I'd have to change the settings, so I'll have to do that for next week. I'm sorry.
Oh, we missed a fanboy comment for Deanna. It says from Peter. It says, "Thank you for hanging out with these awesome ladies, Deanna. Incidentally, I never tire of your Luna moths. Every time you depict one, it's just so compelling. Gushy fanboy moment. Sorry, don't be sorry. That's awesome."
I have one of the Luna moths. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I have it on the wall in the other room.
So I like the broken doll stuff because I don't know, I have another one on my wall out there with the raven. So I love that. So I interpret that as somebody who, struggles with mental illness or mental disorders, but still manages to put on a smile and make it work and get out there and get dressed and do it. And you know, that's me some days. So
no, that's never.
But you know, there's always an animal there, so the animal's always, you know, the sidekick.
So what's coming up for you?
For me,
Yeah.
I'm going on a girls' day vacation, and I'm not going to be working for a couple days. And I've been working nonstop for months and months and months, and I'm exhausted.
You need a break. Good for you.
Yes, and I want to do nothing for really a week, but I'm gonna do nothing for like 3 or 4 days.
4 days?
So,
Was it
4 days? 4 days? Yes.
4 days. It's far.
Thank you, Lord Demon. And everybody who came on, we didn't get to say hi to, like Dreadpool and Jason and who else did I miss here? I missed a couple of you because I didn't want to cut in. Yeah, no, we said hi to Allie. We caught him. But yeah. And Winona, I'm with you. I want to come back as a mermaid too. So
I'm still a bird. I want to shit on people. Randomly, people that earned it, not the good people.
You could be like a karma bird, you know, just
exactly.
Just no. What you need to do is catch the ones who are driving the speed limit in the left lane, who won't move over and shit all over the windshield.
Or the asshole who has that fancy car that washes it outside, and he's not nice to all his neighbors. Oops, poop.
Yeah. Hi, Lori. Lori says she bought a few of her pieces with you too. I remember that. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, I think we
I
all.
got a bunch of little things too. I got what is it? That you put your cups on. I got them out in the living room.
Yeah.
The things.
The
the water catchers.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the water catchers, what are those things you put your cups on?
Yeah, that.
You know, the things, just the things.
Yeah, the things. It's been a long day. Sorry.
So here's a trick. You still don't know?
What?
We still don't know the name of this?
Water catcher. Hey, come on, it's been a long fucking day.
Come on, you can do it.
Nope.
A fucking coaster. It's a coaster. It's a coaster.
All right, leave me alone.
Okay. All right. Yes, it's a coaster. So,
hey, thanks, Michael. Coaster. Yes.
No, I got that one before.
Oh no, it was Michael.
But yes, it is Michael. Thank you. So here's a trick for you guys. So, speaking of memory issues and having long days and us getting older, and anybody who's dealt with concussions or any kind of brain trauma. Here's a trick. You're going to do it with me, all right? Because there's a middle part of your brain that does not get worked out, and if you don't do certain things. And if you don't work at things like sign language, that middle part of your brain is responsible for memory. So,
what kind of sign language?
No, real sign language.
Oh, sorry.
No. So try this with me. Thumbs up, pinky up. Now switch. You guys do it at home too. Nope, you have to do it accurately. Switch.
Shit.
Switch.
Wait. Here we go. Okay.
See, that's what I'm telling you. It's a lot harder than you think. Nope, pinky. So here.
It's gonna get bad real quick. Are you gonna be doing this while you're on vacation?
I do it every day, multiple times a day. You're supposed to do this multiple times a day, and you have to do it accurate. So when I was first doing it, I was doing it like this. I was going like this. So you train your brain out. It is embarrassingly difficult. It is. But this is something that staves off dementia and Alzheimer's. So, nope. There you go. So try it here. Okay.
Oh my God, this is gonna kill me.
So, and the point is to do it as accurately as possible. And then once you master it, then you start going fast.
Well, see, that's why you're smarter.
I'm not smarter.
Well, you said it's the frontal lobe.
See, I'm doing it right. See, I forgot to put my thumb up.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, yeah, it's something that works out your brain. So it's more challenging than you
I'm
realize.
glad, Michael. That's being nice.
So, and yeah, it's something you should do every day, a couple of times a day. And what about autism? Cool, awesome dude. So, related to that. But yeah, if you try it and kind of slip it into your day. If you're driving, sitting at a red light, instead of texting, do this.
I think you should just stick your hands out the window and show people what you're doing.
There you go.
Kidding. See, it's just going to get worse. I will try. I will do it throughout the evening.
Yeah. There you go.
Allie, I'm glad you're getting the hang of it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Right,
thank
so
you, Mauricio.
Okay. All right. So, whoops. April's freezing now. Oh, there you are.
Am I?
Yes.
Well, no, I'll wait till a better day, and we can cut out early a little bit, and since we're both having internet problems.
Well, next week, do we have a guest next week?
We do. We have Brian on. Hang on. I went blank like you did. Let me dig out that information real quick.
While you're doing that, I'm going to respond to what Al just said. I hope the gesture isn't offensive in some foreign country. I'm
You
just
never
going to
know.
say I don't care.
Okay, and
This
there's
is a brain exercise. So
yeah, it probably is somewhere. So we're going to
I
have on
know.
Brian Donahauer next week, and he is a QHHT master, basically, which is quantum healing hypnosis technique. And he's written a couple books, and his latest is The Awakening Code. There are a few others. I managed to get a couple copies of his book, so I'm gonna take a look, but and see if I can read as much as possible before he gets here. But he has a very interesting take on AI.
Really?
That is, I guess, a little bit contrary to what we're being told or fed. So, he believes there's a real consciousness that we are all integrated with. So it'll be really interesting to hear his perspective on some of these things. So it'll be
very fantastic guy, or fascinating guy.
Yeah, he is really fascinating, and he's been in the I guess consciousness field. He's been working in the consciousness field for a long time. Yeah. So yeah, he will be joining us next week, and pretty excited about that. And cool awesome dude is saying, mentioned that it helps people with dementia and Alzheimer's. I was wondering if it helps with autism. I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question. Usually people, in my experience, people with autism tend to have better memories than those who don't. I'm sure that I'm not generalizing. I'm generalizing maybe, but I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
It is.
So
I'm gonna the fellow at work. I'm gonna work that with him tomorrow and see how he is for that. I wonder if he'll just pick it right up too.
Yeah, I can ask him. Yeah. Is he higher up on the spectrum than we are?
He is pretty high. He's functioning. Yeah. I like him. He was a crack today. He's got no filter, which is even better.
Well, see how he does with it. He'll probably kick ass with it.
So a few things I'll float at the bottom there. Don't forget your sponsor. What's that called?
Yeah, and if you came out, by the way, to GrappleCon this weekend, thank you very much. It was really an interesting convention, and it was it was called Glory Days, so they got a lot of the old WCW talents together. So appreciate for those of you who came out, that was pretty awesome.
How'd you like it? How'd it go?
It was a shorter convention, so it was not bad. It was not bad. So it was different, it was different. One of the things that's, by the way, we'll go back to gold in a minute. One of the things that's a little bit strange or unusual is that a lot of promoters put like all the girls on a convention. I mean, I've seen this a few times across the board. They'll put all the women that they have from a convention all on the same advertisement, but they don't do that with the guys. So, and I always thought that was strange. I think that's just like a male promoter thing. So say if you have, well, I mean, if you have 3 girls on a show, right? For some reason, instead of giving each one their own thing, like they do with the guys, and these are girls that they're not working in a stable together. They're not a tag team. They're just like 3 random girls on a Comic Con or on a wrestling show or something. They'll take all 3 girls and just put them together and be like, look, we have girls on the show. It's like, it's so weird.
That does sound weird. I don't know.
It's like, did they take, I don't know, did they take 3 Asians and put them, like, we have 3 Asians on the show. We're going to put them all on the same flyer and say, we have 3 Asians. We got 3 black people on the show. We're going to put all the black people on one thing. We have 3 black people. Like
the other girls that were there.
It's so weird. Huh?
Well, I could see if you guys had worked together to be on the same thing, but
right, like we were in a tag team or a stable, like, but no, it's just 3 random chicks because the commonality there is that we happen to have, vaginas, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe even not that. Maybe just boobs. I don't know. You never know these days. You can't assume anything. So,
well, did anybody throw any bits tonight for you to finish off with?
No, y'all cheap asses. Nobody did.
Yeah, throw your bits real quick. Otherwise, you're not getting shit.
Hi, Benjamin. What's up? How are you doing? So, thanks for joining us. Better late than never, right? So yeah, if you want to stabilize your money, we have a wonderful sponsor on the show, and that is Wolfpack Gold. If you want to stabilize your money and make sure it, does not drop and it actually grows for you, your family, put it into some precious metals. That way you are securing your future, securing the future of your family. So go to aprilhunter.gold. That is not me. That is Tony. He is a wise wolf, veteran, trusted. They have everything. And for as little as $50, you can do a recurring buy. And if you choose to do a recurring buy, use code 1776 and you'll get some free constitutional silver. And they will take good care of you. So we are grateful.
I saw they had some specials going on too. Some new specials starting today.
Yeah,
so.
We're taking a look at, because gold is, gold is good. It's going through the roof. So thanks to everyone for joining us. If you are, listening to our replay, thanks for, checking us out after the fact. We appreciate it. Cool, awesome, dude.
Was that
nice? Is that redeem doesn't work anymore? You have to send bits.
There you go.
Oh, and I updated a whole lot on Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/AprilHunter, I did what might be one of my coolest photo shoots ever last week. And I'm putting all the behind the scenes and everything on there. And I worked with a fashion photographer. We did some pretty weird, cool things. So
the stuff you put up already is fantastic.
Yeah, it turned out really neat. I got to actually do things and try some new things. And of course, we always add like wrestling matches up there and all the fetish stuff and writing and behind the scenes with that too. So it's a little bit of everything. It's like all encompassing, all the cosplay. So we have everything on there. So yeah, patreon.com, April Hunter. So thank you for being with us. And even though we didn't get any biddies, thank you. And next week, don't
better
forget,
be saving that up and throw on next week. That's
right. So we will talk to you soon. See you next Tuesday. God, that never gets old. Thank you. I can click this. Yeah, there we go.